Hello and welcome to my channel. So today we are looking at your inner garden. We were going to look at what is growing and what needs pruning and also what new seed is ready to be planted. So you have 3 groups to choose from. Take a moment to choose and I will see you at your reading. So hello to those who chose group 1. So we have the first position, which is the soil. This shows your inner state, and we have the judgment card, blue moon card, believe in the impossible, and the key from the Lenormand deck. So at the core of your inner state, something is awakening. This is what the judgment card is telling us. So perhaps a chapter is ending or a new realization is coming and some truth is arising, because the judgment card is about deep inner awakening. So your soil holds clarity and old versions of your life are no longer viable here. And we have this blue moon next to it, which is about something rare and very unlikely. So perhaps new possibilities are awakening in you that you cannot justify just by logic. So this shows actually a very fertile soil, and there is this quiet faith here, and like a new opening of a cycle, like a threshold opening. And then, of course, with the key card, this confirms again that you are holding access to some answers, perhaps, that you've been looking for, and doors are unlocking. So perhaps something that once felt unreachable is now opening. So it's a kind of deep inner realization of truth, and it also says that your awareness and your decision and your willingness is now ready to answer this call. And then we have the second position, which is about what is naturally growing. And we have the 8 of Swords, new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead, and the dog card. So 8 of Swords is about mental limits. So perhaps you're beginning to recognize the restrictions that you have been imposing on yourself, and you may be battling with some inherited fears, and perhaps you still feel stuck, but the growth lies ahead, which can also we see in this beautiful new moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead, so there is this stable growth, and also your self-worth is growing. So this is a slow but lasting growth, and there is this financial and even emotional prosperity ahead. And this is really strengthening your self-worth and value. And at the heart of this growth is loyalty and trust, as we can see from the dog card. This may show that perhaps a very dependable person or a supportive person is present in your life or is coming into your life. And also it's about consistency. And this shows that you have a valuable companion. You're not alone in this growth, and also you don't need to prove anything to be supported. So if you need support, you can rest assured that it is on its way. And then we have the third position, which is about what you are actively nurturing, consciously or unconsciously. And we have the Queen of Swords, the new moon eclipse, expect powerful change, and the Tree card. So the Queen of Swords is all about truth and clear boundaries. Perhaps you're choosing to think honestly or speak very honestly. It can also be about cutting away confusion, especially with that 8 of Swords that we had before. So now you're ready to be very precise and truthful. And also it shows a very strong mind. So you are perhaps now you're ready to talk or speak, and just you're no longer ready to keep peace or comfort others. So it's time to be very clear about what you need or desire. So what you're nurturing is self-respect and clarity. And of course, this will bring powerful change, as we can see from the new moon eclipse card. So this is a very transformative moment, as it seems. So when you are speaking your truth or setting your boundaries, you are accelerating change. And so you are kind of aligning with your inner truth. You're answering your call with to this profound change that has been lying deep, as we saw in the Judgment card. So, and this is going to be something very lasting, as we can see from the tree cards. The tree is all about life force and stability, and you're like planting indeed a new seed for a new tree. So whatever you are trying to express or speak your truth or boundaries that you want to set, this is not going to be destructive. It's very nurturing, it's regenerative. So this will be very much supporting your inner growth. And then we have the fourth position, which is about what is overgrowing. So what has grown too large or perhaps is out of balance. And we have Three of Wands, North Node, step out of your comfort zone, and the Cross card. So the Three of Wands is very much a future-oriented card, so it's about expecting something. So perhaps you are constantly looking ahead or planning or anticipating. Perhaps you're wondering what's coming next, or so perhaps you're too much focused on the horizon and too much looking into the future instead being grounded in the present moment. And also with the North Node, which is all about destiny, the call of destiny, which in a way may echo the Judgment card, which we had at the first position, which is also about answering the call. But now this call of destiny perhaps is too demanding, or perhaps you feel you must evolve, or that there is this pressure to move forward or to choose the correct direction. And with the Cross card that we have next to it, this confirms the burden. So there is this weight or a sense that you have to carry so much. You are probably a very responsible person. So don't be a martyr and don't over-identify with struggle. Perhaps you feel that you need to carry or shoulder so much in order to meet your future needs. So now it is time to relax and stay more grounded in the present moment, and don't carry too many burdens, which can become overgrown and not healthy anymore. And then we have the fifth position, which is about what needs pruning. So this is about what is ready to be released, or perhaps something that you need to cut back, perhaps a belief or a habit or some kind of emotional attachment. And we see the Ace of Wands, waxing moon, the energy is gaining momentum, and the Scythe card. So this kind of corresponds with that Three of Wands that we had before. We have this Ace of Wands, again, a very kind of future-oriented card, as all Wands cards are in a way. So perhaps there is too much urgency, or perhaps too many sparks that call your attention. Perhaps you have several ideas that are pulling you in different directions. So also perhaps you need to choose one idea and feed it, instead of feeding all of your sparks that are rising in you. And with this waxing moon, the energy is gaining momentum card. We see that things are accelerating and momentum is building. And this can go into overextension. So you need to be careful not to burn out. So trust that growth is happening, but you need perhaps to concentrate your energy more into one thing, into one project, into one want, so into one ace, and don't scatter it. And also with the scythe card, it clearly shows that you have to make a cut. So you need to remove something very clearly. So perhaps you need to leave some project behind, perhaps a job, a relationship, some attachment, or an idea. Obviously, something needs to be stopped or paused, at least, so that you can focus on what is truly meaningful to you. And then we have the last position, which is about the new seed. So what is coming next? And we have Page of Pentacles, full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you, and the Mountain card. So this is like something that you are planting that will have long-term consequences. So the Page of Pentacles is your willingness to learn and build, to go step by step. So this is a very kind of curious card, the learning card. It can be a card of a student even. So it means that you're planting new seeds and new steps, and with a steady effort. Perhaps you're learning a new skill, perhaps you are trying a new path of study or even a new job, something practical that will really embody your values. And with the full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you, this corresponds with that Queen of Swords that we had. So you are planting this authenticity. You're going to be visible, and this is all about being original and very honest. So Aquarius is a very creative thinker, and it's very true to himself or herself. So you are being invited to express who you really are, and it may be unconventional, it may be breaking some structure. So perhaps, especially with that side card that we had, you really need to break free from something that restricts you. So this group is all about answering this call that you are feeling deep inside, and you are encouraged to take these new steps and show your true face and follow your truth, even if it is painful perhaps at times, or if you have to cut something or someone off. And this will really ground the message in reality, as we see in the Mountain card. So it is not an easy path. The Mountain shows time and long-term success. It shows even challenges, but it promises durability. So you will find your new path with perseverance, and have the courage to be true to yourself and follow this one inner call that is truly calling you. Don't scatter your energy, and be ready to close some chapters if needed. And this will usher in really a new stage and a new cycle for you, which will last a long time. So I hope this resonated, and I wish you good luck. And hello to those who chose group number 2. So we have the first position, which is the soil. This shows your inner state, your present state. And we have 9 of Pentacles, full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan, and fish. So we have a very stable and abundant inner soil. We see this beautiful lady with the tiger showing this inner strength. And so this is about already having a lot of resources, especially with the fish card of the Lenormand, which is a very abundant card as well. So you are very self-sufficient, and you earned your confidence. Perhaps you've cultivated already something real and a lot in your life. perhaps you're a very independent person and you stand on your own. So it shows a very mature soil. So this is not a beginner round. And we also see this strength in the bull, in this woman, in the tiger. So, and also a certain comfort. And with the full moon in Taurus, this shows that you need, as the card says, practical plan. So some kind of practical steps. There is this need for a dose of realism. Perhaps you need to prioritize things, or you need to show consistency. And this is all about turning your desires and dreams into something tangible. So there is a lot of present already. You have a very rich inner state, which needs a certain direction and decisions to really point and grow into the way you want to. And then we have the second position, which is about what is naturally growing. And we have the Four of Swords, disseminating moon, take time to breathe out, and the Bird's card. So what is naturally growing for you is, in fact, now it's rest and also mental decompression, we could say. So it's like taking the time to breathe out. So it's a phase of recovery. You need to give yourself permission to recover and perhaps to pause or step back and just allow things to happen naturally. And also, perhaps your mind is healing from overstimulation or decisions. And it looks like, as the card says, time to breathe out, that now it is time to exhale and to release the pressure. And what you've done is enough for now. So it's about doing less and thinking less, just allowing things to settle. And with the Bird's card, this can be a very, sometimes very nervous card, even though here we see this owl, so it represents a wisdom. And it's all about communication, the Bird's card. So it may be that your communication becomes more spontaneous or lighter, and or the mental chatter will subside or loosen, and this shows letting go of anxiousness or becoming more neutral mentally. So just allow yourself to take this rest, because you deserve it and need it. And then we have the third position, which is what you are actively nurturing. And we have Eight of Wands, new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate, and the Tower card from the Lenormand deck. So perhaps some news is on its way, because we have the Eight of Wands, which can be a card of news, and perhaps from some official institution or some kind of news in official capacity. This can be with the Tower card from the Lenormand deck. And so you are now feeding momentum. So you are feeding progress and things moving forward. So you are allowing life to respond and unfold. And this shows that you are ready for things to open and change. And then we have this counterbalance with the new moon in Pisces, which is about meditating and contemplating. So you are still invited to nurture inner stillness and your intuition, regardless of what is happening on the outside. So some good news may be on its way, but still check in and tune into your intuition before you respond or before you go into some kind of speedy direction. And so something is happening that will bring a lot of structure. So some confirmation from authorities, or it is you who is becoming more important. The Tower card can be about having a bigger role in some institution, or perhaps just in your personal life. So your position is strengthening, and so your dreams are now becoming really tangible and even official. So something you will be in a way officially reinstated or put in a more important position or have a more visible role, and while still being relaxed and in the meditative state and just allowing things to happen. And especially with the new moon that we see here, this is a beginning of a new cycle that will help you step even more easily and readily with this flexibility of the Pisces into your new role. And then we have the fourth position, which is about what is overgrowing or taking too much space in your life. And we have Six of Cups, the South Node, don't let your past hold you back, and the Anchor card from the Lenormand deck. So what is overgrowing? Maybe attachment to the familiar. So these are the cards of clinging to the past. Six of Cups can represent the past, and then we also have the South Node with a very clear message, don't let your past hold you back. And this may also be a karmic past or a deep pattern of behavior that you are now ready to leave behind, or is in fact still maybe having too much influence in your life, and this limits your movement. So maybe these are like former relationships or memories, or just kind of the energy of naivety or childish kind of dreams, or idealizing what was, or just engaging too much with the past instead of living fully in the present. And of course, with this clear message, don't let your past hold you back, it's a very clear message of releasing, not repeating the past. And this is about releasing some very deep and stubborn karmic patterns, especially with the Anchor card from the Lenormand. This is like an anchor, shows something, it shows this attachment that has solidified, and it's perhaps now holding you in place, or maybe you are very much afraid of being destabilized, or you're holding on to something safe, or perhaps you're very loyal to certain expectations or even people, and this can become too heavy now. So it's very clear that you need time to release the past and, allow yourself to do it with this peaceful energy of meditation and contemplation that we saw in the previous position. And we also had this new moon in Pisces, so beginning of a new cycle, while the Pisces card that we had is also about concluding the past and releasing. So just allow yourself to grow out from old expectations, fears, limitation, and patterns. And then we have the fifth position, which is about what needs pruning. So what needs to be released or cut off or put on pause, on hold. And we have King of Swords, new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins, and the Man card from the Lenormand deck. So this may mean that you need to perhaps put on hold control or too much rationality or decision making in relationships. Perhaps the mind is dominating the heart too much. So with the King of Swords, perhaps you are relying too much on logic or analysis, or you want to be right or do the right thing. Well, of course, as clear thinking is a strength, but it can be too rigid, especially in the King position. And we also have the Man card, like reinforcing this dominant male energy. So you are perhaps too much in the male energy. This is about decision making, giving directions, controlling things. So perhaps it is time for you to soften the need to control or to be too rational, particularly in emotional matters, because we have this new moon in Libra saying a new romantic cycle begins. So This shows, in fact, that a new cycle, a new phase is beginning in your relationships, but you need to be perhaps more open and not too strategic, and perhaps letting go to mentally dominate and allow more equality in your life. And of course, these two men, so the king and the man card, can of course point to a specific person in your life, perhaps to a man in your life, that with whom you need to start a new cycle, with whom you are preparing for a new beginning. And you, perhaps this man or this person has taken up too much space or too much mental energy of yours. So this is about redefining your expectations and roles within this connection, so that you and this person can start a new cycle. And in fact, there is a promising beginning here of this new romantic cycle, but with new roles and expectations and with less control in the relationship. And then we have the sixth and the final position, which is the new seed that you're planting, so the new beginning that is coming into your life. And we have the High Priestess, full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches, and the Well card from the Lenormand deck. So with this High Priestess, which is about things that are hidden, and then next to it we have this full moon in Aries, this shows that something is coming out. So your inner knowing, your intuition will no longer stay hidden. So you know the truth already. You have a very strong inner voice, and so you trust what you feel. You go by your own inner wisdom rather than with what you are told. And so this shows that you don't need any validation, and you can trust your intuition. And this is about planting this new seed with your inner knowing and honoring what you already know. So in fact, you already have all the answers within. And then we have this contrast with this bold action of full moon in Aries, and something is coming to a head. So this seed will not remain passive. It will require courage and initiative and a clear yes. So a breakthrough moment is coming, and where this hiding or perhaps waiting and deep inner knowing phase will turn into big movement. And with the Well card, this is all about depth and being drawn deeper. So you can draw from within. You have a deep inner source, emotional or even creative. And this is like the seed growing from deep within you and showing it in this bold action. So you are preparing to make a very decisive step that grows from deep within you. And this well, we can also see it as a fulfillment of wishes, because we can see that this bucket is coming out in the light. So you are going to show something to the world, some side of you, some part of you, some new creation that will really put you forward and put your life in a very beautiful new motion. So this new seed is something very, very valuable, and it will fulfill you and nourish you from deep within. And also it will help your relationships with others, as well, as we saw from the previous position of the new romantic cycle. So you're going from this mental exhaustion into deep inner understanding and bold action, saying yes to this new cycle that is coming. You have already achieved a lot, and you will be able now to really explode with your power and passion. So I wish you the best of luck, and see you in some other reading. And hello to those who chose group number 3. And here we have the first position, which is the soil. So this shows your inner state, your present state. And we have the Hangman, full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast, and the Stork card from the Lenormand deck. So very interestingly, we have this pause and this hanging in the Hanged Man. So this is like a pause or things being on hold that in fact lead to change with the Stork card. So this is not a stagnation, but it's a kind of suspension that is preparing you for a new balance. So the Hanged Man shows that at the core of your inner state, perhaps you're waiting for something or even trying to understand things. This can be a difficult card. It can show a certain kind of suffering even, or being like put in a position where you feel like a victim or that nothing is moving, and there it can indicate pain or like you're being punished for something. But it tells you to not force anything and just allow this enlightenment and deeper understanding to settle and just surrender to whatever is happening, because you are going towards victory. We have this win-win in the full moon in Libra. So perhaps you're waiting for some movement in perhaps even some legal areas. Libra can be about legal stuff. So if you're waiting for some resolution, it is coming and it will be a victory. It will be a win-win for everybody. And so you will be treated with fairness and mutual benefit, and whatever situation you are in is resolving. And so you can trust also the other side, and everybody in this situation will be fulfilled and considered, and new harmony is coming. And of course the Stork confirms this change and transition. So things are shifting, perhaps in the family matters as well, emotionally or in relationships. And so this pause will not last forever. So movement is already on its way, and it will bring renewal rather than disruption. And then we have the second position, which is about what is naturally growing now in your life. And we have the Queen of Wands, first quarter moon, your commitment is being tested, and the Letter card from the Lenormand deck. So of course the letter can show that some communication, some important communication is coming your way, and this can also reflect that change that you have been waiting for. So some period of long waiting and even suffering is ending, and you are receiving the news that you have been yearning for. And also it can be that you are about to express yourself honestly. You will express your confidence, as we see in the Queen of Wands. She's a very strong and confident, creative woman. So now it's time for you to be recognized and to lead, to be in the leading role, to be seen. And this is not about forcing anything. It's like an authentic confidence. This comes naturally to you. And also, perhaps you will meet some small challenges that will test your commitment, because we have the first quarter moon, which is the beginning phase. So you need to test and really ask yourself, do you believe in yourself? And will you keep showing up? Will you just continue on your path? And this will strengthen you and your resolve. And then you will be able to speak your truth with these messages and also receive the feedback that you want. So you are naturally growing into this confident, expressive phase with clear communication and also confirmation that you have been perhaps waiting for. And then we have the third position, which is what you are actively nurturing. So we have the Page of Cups, we have the new moon in Leo, confidence is your key to success, and stars. So again, we have the confidence card. This is reflecting that Queen of Wands that is already coming to you naturally, and now you're also actively nurturing it. So this is all about growing into your self-awareness and in a kind of very gentle way with that Page of Cups. So you are also nurturing this emotional openness and gentleness with this strong Leo. And we have the new moon in Leo, and new moon always signals a new beginning. And this also shows that you are remaining curious and helpful and vulnerable and sensitive with this Page of Cups. Perhaps you are allowing yourself to feel more, or you're approaching life with a softer heart. And in this way, in fact, you are nurturing your creativity and emotional honesty. And of course, this also backs you up when you are expressing yourself. So Leo is about bravery. It's about courage and expressing what you feel. So you are nurturing confidence from the inside out. And with the stars, this shows that this is a long-term vision. So you can literally become a star. Perhaps you will be very much inspired, and also you will be inspiring others. And this is also showing that you are on the right path. The stars, it's a long-term thing always with the stars. It's about long-term success. Even if you don't see the full picture yet, you are going to be a star. You're going to shine in some area that you want to show your true self. So it is a very successful kind of promise here. And the promise of being acknowledged and confirmed and seen for your creative abilities. And then we have the fourth position, which is about what is overgrowing or taking too much space in your life. And we have Nine of Wands, new moon in Virgo, time to give rather than take, and the Child card. So what is overgrowing can be this self-protection and a lot of responsibility. Perhaps you had to be strong for a very long time, and this is also reflected in that Hanged Man that we had at the beginning, showing the face of suffering even, or giving, or waiting. Showing this vigilance and the need to take care of everything and sacrifice your own energy even. So with Nine of Wands, we have this endurance and inner strength, but also we can be too protective and hyper alert. So perhaps you need to let your guard down a little bit and don't be always just bracing for the next challenge. So relax and allow more, and because otherwise your strength will become tension and nervousness. And then with the new moon in Virgo, which says a time to give rather than take, it shows that giving has expanded beyond what's healthy for you. So perhaps you're over-serving or over-fixing, or perhaps you really want to be useful and you have very high standards for yourself. And this also reflects the Hanged Man with self-sacrifice and just giving too much energy. So it's about constant giving and self-sacrificing, which is not healthy. And then with the Child card, this can be that perhaps you need to take care of a child. Perhaps there is literally a child involved that demands a lot of care, or your own sacrifice. Or also maybe this can reflect that your own inner child needs more space, and that you need to be more innocent and simplify things in your life. So not give more effort, but just take it more easily and step by step. And then we have the fifth position, what needs pruning? So what needs to be released, let go, or just simply cut off from your life, what you need to stop doing. And we have Three of Pentacles, full moon in Virgo, you are good enough, and the Whip card. So what needs pruning is this pressure around performance. So perhaps your effort now has turned into self-criticism, which is very much reflected in the Virgo card. So perhaps you are somebody who really values doing things well, and you have mastered many things in life. The Three of Pentacles is a mastery card. But perhaps you're measuring your worth through productivity or approval too much. So there's this need perhaps to prove yourself. So you need to let go of constantly being competent and working hard, and accepting that you are good enough. So this is really the heart of this message. So this push to fix or refine or perfect things or carry things or heal, fix, this probably has gone too far. So you need to just relax and be satisfied with what you have already done. And with the Whip card, this is clearly saying don't punish yourself, don't whip yourself. Perhaps you are too hard on yourself and also on others, or you're pushing yourself through criticism and overthinking. So, and this also goes back to this beginning that when we had the Hanged Man. So you have been whipped. Perhaps you had to really be strong and doing things and holding everything together. But just trust that you have proven yourself. You have done everything to perfection already. You have mastered things, as the Three of Pentacles shows. There is this beautiful change coming, promising growth and success. You have done enough. So stop pushing, stop punishing yourself, and just relax and wait for the results which are coming. And then we have the final position, which is about the new seed that you are planting, so the new cycle that is beginning. And we have Knight of Swords, Balsamic Moon, a time for healing, and the Moon card from Lenormand deck. So the Knight of Swords shows this movement, this fresh direction. So perhaps you're ready to move forward or speak or make a decision. Also perhaps confront something or someone. So you're not letting yourself stay in this suffering, self-whipping phase, but you are taking a very clear and conscious, intentional action. So this is about communicating very clearly and also about deciding something. So moving away from that waiting phase. And also this also shows that some communication may be coming your way, which we already had indicated before, which will bring this fresh change, which will bring a lot of healing, indicated beautifully in fact two moon cards that we have. The Balsamic Moon, a time for healing, this is a moon that closes the phase. It is closing the old cycle and releasing all these old thoughts and stress and emotional residue. So it is like cleansing your channel so that you will be moving very peacefully into the next phase. And with the Moon card from the Lenormand, it's again about recognition. It's about being very honest emotionally, but in the Lenormand deck, the Moon is about public recognition as well. And so you are fulfilling some deep dream of yours. You're being also visible, seen, recognized by others, and this will bring a deep, deep healing for all the sacrifice and all the work that you have done that has exhausted you. So now be happy about this new era that is coming, this message. It's coming quickly and it is recognizing you, it is healing you, supporting you, and you are finally being able to rest and enjoy your success and reap the results of your hard work. So congratulations. So just relax and enjoy this new phase with victory, with success and fulfillment. I wish you good luck and see you in some other reading.